the Marner thing, we're not going to stop talking about it.
Right.
Like this is a big topic of discussion. Who's going to play right wing? The reality is they don't have one. Like Michelli and Domi are not first-line players in the NHL. They're not. Like could they have a career year and everything works for them? That would be great. That's what they're hoping for. It sucks for Max. He's hurt. Day one of camp. He's got a lower body injury. He's not going to be on the ice. So that not a great way to start for him because it's a big opportunity. And it's not that he doesn't have talent or have the ability to give you spot duty, but they don't have like Nylander is. Nylander's clearly a first-line right winger in the league, but he's going to likely stay away from Matthews. And Michelli, Domi, Bobby McMahon, these guys are not first-line players in the NHL. So they got to, and the Leafs know that. They're trying to figure it out.
But
right? Like these guys are going to get opportunities. Someone's got to play with Matthews and Nyes, but
yeah.
The other thing you guys haven't factored in, Marner coming up, is what if he lights it up in Vegas in the first couple games? Like, don't you think his name will pop up a little bit too?
Yeah.
Well, I think
you seeing what your boy's doing out there, your old friend.
I guess you're right. That could be a question gets posed. He has a 5-point night his first game or something, and
it would
Jonas
be the reverse.
Will be in there and Masters.
It would be the reverse. You know how like Auston Matthews will get 4 goals, and they'll ask like Utah, Carolina playing. You see Matthews score 4 goals. Do you think that the Leafs would get? Hey, do you see what Marner did the other night? Like they might, but I don't think it's going to be. I agree with you. I don't think it's going to be
in this
every
market.
day.
Matthews could get 4 goals in Toronto, and a question could be, were those assists the same way Marner passed it to you? Like that's what we're talking about.
I don't think that. I mean, maybe early on, everything's just going to be a little bit different. You even heard Chiefs talk about it. Hey, don't refer to us as the core 4 anymore.
Yeah, they're happy about that.
Yeah,
that is a positive. The core 4 is no longer a thing.
So, Brian, you're saying context-wise, like his name probably should be done until further notice type of thing.
Well, I mean, today it's a natural topic of discussion.
Right.
It's he was a massive part of the organization for a decade.
Right.
And he left, and it's a big conversation. Who's going to play with Matthews? Who's going to play with Nyes? How do you fill out the power play? Craig Berube, this is big for you. You got to find 20 minutes of ice that you were just, in your sleep hand to Marner. Sometimes you'd play him 24 minutes a night.
Oh, yeah, for fun.
It changes the dynamic of the team. It's a totally natural question to ask today. I'm just saying, now that you're on the ice, it's like, all right, it's over now, I think, until something else pops up. And I'm not suggesting that something won't pop up. But
it's not a daily thing.
I don't
just
think
for the sake of it being there, right?
Yeah, and I think the story, there's a couple things that came out of the pressers today, and Brad Treliving will join us in about 15 minutes. But Auston Matthews, I was having a chat with a guy about it today because he brought, naturally, the Marner thing brought, wow, what about with Marner gone? Matthews, in my opinion, is one of the 5, 6, 7 best players in the game. Mm-hmm. If one player leaving, I don't care who it is, makes him the 25th best player in the game, that's on him, not on the guy who left. Like I don't care who he's playing with. Auston Matthews better still be worth $13.5 million per, and he better be.
Can't two things be true at the same time? Where
I'm just saying, I'm not letting him off the hook. Well, Marner's not here, so 28 goals this year. No. You still got to be the best player on the team. Yeah, I don't care if Mitch is there or not.
I know. It's just looking at Matthews' production. He's so good at scoring goals, but Mitch was such a big part of the setups as well. Like they had magic out there. Like
valid.
I think two things could be true at once, Hayes.
Okay.
Yes,
so how does he compensate for that, though? Like if you're Matthews.
Oh, listen, when you're making 13 sheets, there's no.
Somebody else has got to get him the puck, and when he gets it, he converts those shots. Like, there were how many times last year did we see him just miss a little bit off here, a little off? Like he was still getting a lot of looks, regardless Mitch on his line, not on his line. If he gets looks, it's up to him to execute those looks. So I agree, Brian. Regardless of the top player, yes, you don't get the perfect pass on the back door. You don't get some real creative looks from Mitch Marner, but you're still going to get looks, and it's up to him to convert those looks. So I agree. I don't think if you think he's, let's just say for rounding out, if you think he's top 10 or if you know he's 10, he doesn't become 30 without Mitch Marner.
Right.
You know, what he should do is stay at 10 or climb higher or do whatever, because top players can play with anybody. They're the ones that they're the reasons why. Ask Leon Draisaitl. They put a bunch of different line mates with him. Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
He's still a great player.
Perfect example. Draisaitl last year at times was
Fourth
playing with
line
guys.
players. Pod Colson.
Yeah. Playing with guys who had no right to be on a line with Leon Draisaitl. And he didn't sniff. He didn't sit there and say, well, what do you want out of me? He's like, all right, let's go.
There's a
Follow
perfect
me.
example right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that is my expectation for him. Does that mean he's got to score 69 goals? No. Does that mean he's got to win a Hearts? No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying.
Dominant.
But
that's it.
He's
you got to be
got
dominant.
Anything short of one of the best players in the game with anyone playing. Now, yes, the numbers, there are going to be times where there might be some frustration, and you guys can speak to it. Oh, you can. There is a difference when you're playing with a really, truly high-caliber player and a guy who's not at that level. Like, there's going to be certain times where I'm sure he will be frustrated in some ways.
Right.
But he's so good. If he's healthy, and he said today, feels great, feels good, let's get rocking. He's 28 years old as of today. It's his birthday today.
Yeah.
He's 28. He's 28. He's 6'3", 220 in his prime. I'm expecting a massive season, and I don't see why anyone else would expect anything less, with or without Mitch Marner. He's too good. He has to prove it. He has to go out and do it, and I think he will. Like, I'm not being negative with this conversation. I think he will. I'm bracing for Matthews to have a great, great season.
You could also, free him up a little bit. And what I mean by that is, maybe there's a thought process with Craig Berube to go, okay, we brought in Waugh as a shutdown centerman. Maybe he can take some defensive zone draws and we can find some more offensive looks for Auston. He doesn't have to chew up some of the ice time in all situations. That when you look at ice time, we've talked about Mitch Marner had a bunch of ice time, but some of it would be on the penalty kill. They'd throw Auston out. If you want to find him in 20 minutes, maybe it's a little bit different type of 20 minutes for Auston, where obviously offensive zone draws, but you don't have to have him out there all the time in the defensive zone because he's good defensively. You can if you've got other players that you trust and Chief trusts, maybe you take that draw away from him, and that's a little bit ice time you can add on the offensive look, and he gets a little bit more offensive opportunities. That might add to it.
I mean, last year, again, he started killing penalties. He never did that before. I don't see Berube taking him off that. I mean, I would think he'll still kill penalties, and, again, your defensive play, it's got to be high-end. Yep. Because he's capable of doing it. And Nicholas Waugh, I think, brings a little bit, but he's not Auston Matthews. He's not Bob Gainey or something.
What I'm saying is
guy.
that he's a trusted defensive guy. So my point being is, if you feel like, hey, we need a draw in our own zone, like, he's a guy that could probably take that, and you don't have Auston defending for 15 to 20 minutes or 20 seconds and getting off. That's my point. There just becomes a layer of depth where you don't have to put him in every situation offensively and defensively. It's more you can lean offensively with him.